LSE made history by becoming the first university in the UK to evict a pro-Palestine encampment through taking their own students to court. We wanted to educate the community about the 49 million of egregious investments in crimes against the Palestinian people. LSE would not come to the table and negotiate with us. This encampment was unfortunately repressed by the school because they did not like that we were calling attention to their crimes. They used shams like fire safety concerns, not allowing independent investigators into the building, of course. And they used this to eventually take us to court. LSE used an IPO, which is an interim possession order. Unfortunately, this was taken up in a property rights court and human rights concerns were not heard. The IPO was granted after a brief adjournment due to LSE incorrectly filing their paperwork, and unfortunately we did have to dismantle the encampment. So LSE was named Times University of the Year for 2025, specifically on the basis of being the university for free speech. Larry Kramer, our Vice Chancellor, repeatedly boasts about our amazing free speech record, himself chairing several events about free speech, including during eviction. It's become clear that free speech is an illusion. Free speech is what speech the university wants to give you, and anything you say criticizing the university will immediately lead to repression. We say that we're suspended students, but at this point we don't even know. We are still under draconian precautionary measures that have left us banned from campus, banned from our community, banned from access to medical services, the GP. They say they've given us well-being services, yet appointments are canceled without explanation. We've been banned from speaking to witnesses. We were forced to have a hearing with a barrister with no legal representation on our side. We were explicitly banned from having that legal representation. Gina Romero, UN Special Rapporteur on the freedom of speech and assembly, wrote specifically to LSE, urging them to acknowledge our human rights and to stop the repression. This has been echoed by Amnesty International, Cage International, the 1967 protesters of LSE themselves. It's become very clear throughout this process that LSE and most other institutions in the country are willing to bend not only their rules, but the law in order to achieve their own ends. They have adopted a definition of free speech and academic freedom that is more restrictive than the human rights law set in this country.